today's edition of Rewatch Review, we take a fresh look at the first Captain Marvel movie ahead of the release of the Marvels. Keep watching to see what I thought. Captain Marvel dropped in 2019, right in between Infinity War and Endgame. Marvel was on a roll at this time, and this movie definitely benefited from all the hype. It was directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. It stars Brie Larson in the title role, and we get great supporting efforts from actors like Samuel L. Jackson and Jude Law, Ben Mendelsohn, and Annette Bening. There's a lot to like about this movie. It featured the MCU introduction of the Skrulls, and I liked them here more than I did in the Secret Invasion series. They felt more alien and menacing in this movie. And I feel like this movie was lucky to have their introduction happen here. I love the special effect of de-aging Samuel L. Jackson and Clark Gregg for Phil Coulson and Nick Fury. They were almost seamless, and it was great to see both of them back in action. And I love that the movie takes place in the 90s. We get a lot of great cultural references from that time period. Think Blockbuster Video and dial-up internet. I also liked how what we know and what Danvers herself knows about her backstory is kind of broken down and unraveled throughout the movie. Including Ronan the Accuser here was a great bit of extra connective tissue. Since he was the first Kree in the MCU, you just couldn't leave him out here. The post-credit scene was just enough to add just a little bit of extra anticipation ahead of the Endgame movie, even though it doesn't really fully match up with what happens in that movie. Alright, it might seem like a stupid thing to be hung up on, but was I the only person that was distracted by Nick Fury's hairline here? It kind of took me out of the movie a little bit. Maybe Jackson's hair was really like that when he was younger, but it just seemed a little off, and I doubt a real barber would have done him like that. But it's not a huge deal, and I love that Samuel L. Jackson's hair being different is kind of a thing for him for movie to movie. And while we're talking about Fury having the Flurkin/cat be responsible for taking his eye out was kind of funny, but I thought there should have been a cooler explanation for that, but that's just another nitpick. There wasn't really much I disliked about this movie, but I didn't find it to be stellar either. And I don't know why there's a small/largish section of the fan base that really doesn't like Brie Larson as the character. I thought she did good here, and I'm not sure what another actress could have brought to the role that would have improved things. I think people should give her another shot. Seeing this again made me a little more excited to see Carol Danvers back in action in the new Marvels movie. And Fury too, we'll get to see her team up with newcomers Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel in some location swapping action. The trailers look fun, but I'm looking forward to seeing them explain the scenario that they're in a little bit more. Beyond that, the only Captain Marvel story I knew before this movie was her run-in with X-Men character Rogue. It'd be great once the X-Men make their way into the MCU to see the two of them come to blows and to have Rogue take some of her power from Carol Danvers. So Captain Marvel was a serviceable MCU entry, and it doesn't deserve all the hate that it gets, but it might not have been quite as successful as it was had it not come out in the midst of all the Avengers hype. I had a great time watching it, and I can't wait to see where the character goes from here. So let me know what you thought of Captain Marvel in the comments. Will you be going to check out the Marvels when it drops? Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this review, and subscribe so you don't miss my next one.